What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? We are back again. Ooh, let me see. We back again for another episode review. Girl, I look like I'm from Florida. Girl, I'm shaking my dread. Let me stop. Anyway, so we back again from Love and Hip Hop, Miami, season 4, episode 4. Keep it nasty. Okay, so let's just get into it. We pick up where we left off last week with Florence Leluce and her sister Gael. Let me tell you something. Florence, you better than me because I think the rage in me, and you know they say you shouldn't fight the girl or whatever or the person that cheated with your spouse. You shouldn't fight them because they don't owe you no loyalty. It's your spouse who or your person that you in a relationship with. They the one that messed up or whatever because they know that they in a relationship or whatever, and they the one that's supposed to respect that relationship. But it hurts a little bit deeper when your family got something to do with it as well. Gael, you would have left out of there with a handprint on the side of your face because I would have at least slapped your ass. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. Florence, you better than me. Okay, because my sister would have left with a handprint on her ass, on her face. All right, I probably wouldn't have punched her, but I damn sure would have slapped her. Okay. Or I would have picked up something and whacked her with something. That's what I would have did. She would have left out of that bitch crying, okay? After I cussed her ass out too. Because this bitch gonna say that not only did she know that Marlon was cheating on her own sister, she didn't say anything because he paid her not to say anything. And this happened recently, like 2 to 3 months ago. So you were sitting on this for 2 to 3 months as if your loyalty lies to Marlon. And I don't care if he paid you. Your loyalty that's supposed to be to your sister at this point, not over no nigga, okay? You put a man and his money over you, over your family. That's what you did. And then gonna say in the confessionals to the producer, because they was like, why didn't you say something? Why did you let him pay you or whatever? She said, I didn't speak up right away because I was gonna tell her either way. So I said I might as well get the money. I don't give a good goddamn. Okay, as soon as I found out and he said, listen, don't say nothing here. I'll pay you this amount of money. Okay, give me the money in the next hour. As soon as that money hit my bank account or hit my hand, I'm telling my sister. Okay, as soon as I get that notification, it's in. Sis, let me tell you what your no good nigga ass did. Okay, that's what I would have did. No. And truth be told, ain't no paying. Ain't no paying. That's my motherfucking sister. Okay? I'm telling her straight up, your nigga ain't shit. All right? He fucked around with one of my bitches. Okay? That's what he did. And I cut that hoe loose just because. Okay? Now you saying the way that she said it, it don't sound like the sister cut the girl loose. Okay? And the girl ain't shit either because I'm pretty sure if you know her sister, you know who she is and you know that her sister is married. So you know her man. So that's some messed up stuff. You like, see, this is what I was trying to tell you. He ain't shit. I said, bitch, you ain't shit either. Florence, she left. I don't understand how she can do something like this. I said, because, sometimes blood ain't really thicker than water. I said, you got to watch that Gael, okay? I just don't trust that hoe for nothing at this point. She done soured me, bitch. So, at this point, Florence went down there to the little restaurant that they got, and she thinking that he there, and the worker was like, girl, he ain't showed up. And so they called him and put him on speakerphone. He talked about something. I was on a motorcycle. So at first he said motorcycle. Then when she got to the house, he said dirt bike. But it was the way that he said. He was like, I was on a motorcycle. It was raining, so I decided to come home. Duh. I was like, wait a minute, what? And then gonna say, and then I came home and it's nothing to eat. Okay, and I haven't ate all day since the morning. I said, nigga, who fucking fault is that? You don't know how to make you a sandwich? You don't know how to read the instructions and put the macaroni on? Okay, you don't know how to make some oodles and noodles? All right, you don't know how to heat up stuff? Or you don't know how to call Uber Eats? Bitch, I said, so you just gonna sit there and wait for her to do everything? I said, nah. See, that's why that man walking all over you right now, Florence, because you catering too much to him, okay? Granted, you supposed to be submissive to a certain extent to your husband, but then again, a relationship supposed to be 50 goddamn 50. That's how it is. We are in 2021. Probably 2020 when y'all was filming this, but 2021, bitch, okay? Fuck all of that, okay? We equal up in this bitch, okay? I'm a cook, you gonna cook. but we gonna both know how to cook our own food. And then she get that to the house, and he was just like, I just came home early so I could surprise you. And she was like, boy, first of all, he looked good up in that sweatsuit because that was my color. I said, I almost gave you a point, but I had to take that back and be like, that was a nice sweatsuit. You know what I'm saying? I rock the shit out of that, okay? Bitch, I can't wait till it get cool outside so I can rock my Ivy Park. I'm gonna be sad. Woo. Anyway, back on track. So she sat there and she was like, so where you been? Why my sister tell me that you fuck one of her friends? She was like, what? My sister said you fuck one of her friends. So where you get that information from? My sister, the horse's mouth. That's what. Okay. And she said that you pay her. I mean, yeah, she asked for some money, so I gave her some. Not like no, you pay her to be quiet. She was like, you know what? He was stuttering. He was trying to come up with stuff, and you can tell some people can lie like that, and some people don't know how to. He's one of those people that's not good at bringing up a lie right on the spot. Okay. And I was like, I'm seeing right through it. Okay. It's not making sense. You're nervous or whatever. She saw right through it. She was like, you know what? You're lying. And I think we need some space. Okay. We need to take a break. I said, what's a break in a marriage? We separated for right now. He was like, so where I'm going to go sleep? I can't sleep up in my house. Bitch, no. Go to that bitch house that you was fucking around with, okay? I said, boy, he got his nerves. Meanwhile, we get to the ghetto, okay? And I ain't talking about the hood. I'm talking about the person. Sookie. She'll tell you that herself, okay? But, she is in the hood. I give it to her like she ain't forgetting her roots, okay? She said, bitch, I ain't that big. Yeah, I still kick it with the people down here where I'm from or whatever. I said, okay, cool. But you still got to be aware of your situation and your surroundings because you making moves out here, okay? You trying to get a little bit better. You trying to elevate, you know what I'm saying? That's what you should be doing, okay? You got your jewelry and everything on, you know what I'm saying? And hey, we want to keep it real, but sometimes we got to protect ourselves because sometimes people be plotting when they see you come through, okay? And they could be plotting and scheming and ain't nothing, you don't know what's gonna happen. Bill was with her. She talking to a couple of her homegirls and they talking about the fact that she just got bailed out or whatever because she went to jail. We all saw that happen up on the blocks or whatever. Sookie got into it with somebody and come to find out she said, because she kicked still down there in the hood or whatever, some random chick or whatever was talking something about her kids, okay? And what you don't do to a black woman, that's what she said, you don't talk about their kids, okay? And so at this point, she had to go down there and regulate. And, it was surprising to me that Bill was the one that was trying to say, nah, we don't need to be doing all that because Sookie was like, if I need to do it, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, take this bitch out, do this and, fight all this stuff. And, he was like, no, we don't need to be doing that. You too far up in your career. Like you making moves. You don't need to be putting yourself in situations and be out here fighting or whatever. She was like, if somebody came at you, you would do what? I beat their ass. But you went out to look for this girl. At least that's what it seemed like. You can't put yourself in situations anymore to be out here fighting or whatever. He ain't for it. And I was so surprised by that. Okay? Because some niggas like when they women fight. Especially hood niggas. They like when they women be fighting or something like that. I don't know what it is, but they just like it. Like, yeah, that bitch got that shit right there. She can handle her own. It's something like that. I feel like it. But Sookie not really understanding it a little bit. I said, girl, we got to grow. We have to grow. You could still be real. You could still be down. You could still be trilling, all that stuff. But there are certain situations that as we get older, we don't need to be doing anymore. You trying to get on a major label and you going to mess up your career and all this stuff by going out fighting random person that you should even give a fuck about, okay? Bitch, it's going to be a whole bunch of people that's going to be saying some mess about you. They are saying stuff now because of who you are and you going to go fight them too? No, you don't need to, fight every freaking battle or every war or whatever. Like, girl, let that go. And, he gave her some money in the box. I said, in the hood? They plotting the scheme. I said, don't do that. Girl, y'all be making me nervous when y'all be doing this stuff. But yeah, Sookie just need to chill out, okay? And that's what Bill was trying to tell her. So we get Amara la Negra, okay? She is back at home. She said her mama basically persuaded her to come back home and put her relationship on hold for now, okay? And so she living at home with her mama, or her mama living at home with her, I should say. And not only that, her daddy is there too. Baby, let me understand this, okay? I know a couple of years, maybe a year or so has passed, but I don't know, okay? Because the way I'm set up, you ain't been in my life for the majority of my life, and I mean give or take 5 years, okay? No, 2 to 3 years, all right, give or take. Um, and I just meet up with you and you come up with some excuse, and next thing you know, you living up in my house because it's a pandemic. You better take your ass back to Puerto Rico or DR, whichever one you were staying at, and you better go find the situation there, and we can phone call, okay? Listen, I'm just not so opening like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. Amara just want to have a family, okay? Like, I mean, I can forgive, okay? I can hear you out, but you not staying in my house, okay? And then your mama there, and you already know the contentious relationship that you and your mama have. I mean, him and your mama have. It's just like a disaster waiting to happen, okay? It's like, Amara, you want some mess to pop off so you can film it and watch it later and be like, damn, look at what happened. Girl, is that what's going on? I'm just sitting here like, I mean, I understand that you want your family to be together and you want to show him, even though he wasn't a good daddy, that you can be a good daughter. We could have did that from afar, okay? We could have did that from, let's take a couple of trips and I'll visit you here, you visit me there, but you got to go home at the end of the day, okay? I don't know if I'm really ready for you to come into my house like that and to see you every freaking day. But hey, you know, I mean, it's the pandemic. She looking out for her father. But I guess, you know, so maybe we can make an exception. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it would be me. Okay, and I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. If my girl, I just know if my father would have asked some shit, I would have no nigga. No nigga. Okay. Anyway, you know, that's coming from the hurt little girl inside. Okay. Anyway, moving on from that, they sitting down there eating breakfast, and you know, they talking about how things were, and he was just basically saying, I know sometimes it may feel like I'm distant with you, but deep inside I really do love you, okay? You know, I was trying to get out here to you. You know, I got stuck in Puerto Rico. I ain't have my papers and stuff like that. Woo, woo, woo. The mama said, bitch, that's a lie, okay? For 5 freaking years, for over 5 years, you left, okay? You wouldn't give no support. You didn't answer phones. You didn't call. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. He like, that's a lie, okay? Amara like, listen, at this point, you know, the mama gonna be pissed off, okay, at either whichever turn it is, okay? They arguing about any little thing. And she said, you know, they both got their different versions of what happened in the relationship and what happened with them growing up. And she said, to be quite honest, she gonna tend to believe her mom because she kind of went through it too, all right? She said there was one time she called her daddy asking for $100 to get some school supplies or whatever and school clothes, and it took months before he actually responded and gave it to her. School damn near over with at this point, all right? Anyway, I'm just sitting here like, next thing you know, the mama said, he leaves the lid up on the toilet. He do it all the time. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. We finna do this. I said, get the man out of there. Go set him up in a hotel or something or whatever, okay? Like, that wasn't a good, that was a bad idea, Amada. Firework gonna come popping off soon, okay? Meanwhile, we get, you know, Nori and Ray J, they going over there to Trick Daddy house, okay? They all know each other. They known each other for years or whatever. And it's different parts of the country coming together. You got LA with Ray J, you got New York with Nori, and then you got Trick Daddy with Miami, okay? So, they coming together trying to learn how to cook or whatever, because of course Trick Daddy know how to cook. Meanwhile, the way Ray J, you mean to tell me you grew up in Sonya Norwood's household and she ain't never taught you how to open up something with a can opener, or she did everything for you? Because I just don't believe it. You weren't rich all your life, okay? Maybe then you probably was if Sonya was living off of Brandy, you know, that commission check for being her manager. You know, I don't know. I was just finding it very much baffling that he ain't know how to use the can opener. I said, turn that thing on, turn it around, okay? Turn it around, hook it on. It's very much simple to figure out. But, you know, they get into that situation, the reason why he's down there and how him and Princess was about to get a divorce, and he was having a birthday party down there in Miami, and so something clicked, and they wound up staying down there, getting a place or whatever, and they just got back on track a little bit, and so they started asking about what's going on between him and Trick Daddy and Joy. It's like, yeah, technically speaking, we still married or whatever. We've been married for like 20 years, and we didn't been separated or whatever for like almost half of that. But at the same time, the divorce got turned down, dismissed because they both didn't show up. All right. And they trying to make it seem like they both still got feelings for each other. I'm pretty sure Trick still got feelings for her, but I don't think she got feelings for him in that way no more. She will always be close to him, and he will always be close to her, but I don't think she's in love with him and wants that type of relationship at all. And truth be told, it was him that was, been prolonging and dragging out this divorce or whatever. Meanwhile, they was like, Trick was like, I know she be watching me sometimes. I be taking her. I be seeing the little glances she be giving me. Boy, she trying to make sure you okay. Trying to make sure you still breathing. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Meanwhile, he said they supposed to be throwing Joy a surprise birthday party, and he not sure if he gonna go or whatever because she got a little boyfriend or something like that, some little nigga. And I was just like, oh, you in your feelings? And it was like, I mean, to be quite honest, I feel some type of way because I haven't met him first. I mean, like, that's messed up. You supposed to meet me and all this stuff. And they was like, damn, dog, that's your wife, whatever, and he ain't met you. That's kind of disrespectful and all this stuff. I said, hold up. Out of all the women that you done messed around with while you still married to Joy, did you take them to go meet her? No, you did not. So why she got to take her man to go meet you? Boy, if you don't get that double standard ass shit up out of here, you don't respect her, but she's supposed to respect you. Bye. Meanwhile, they was like, you need to go to the party. You need to go to the party. Moving on from that, we get to Florence and her cousin at the little beauty bar that she's supposed to be having. And I guess the people that was supposed to be, doing the construction, they left for a few hours, and her cousin was the only one there, and she was just like, oh, I'm just so stressed out because we got to open in less than 2 weeks, okay? And so, she proceeds to tell her about what happened with Marlon and Gael, and the situation about the sister knowing that he cheated and keeping it from her, and the sister talking about something. She just wanted to save my marriage and the kids and all this stuff. That's why she didn't say nothing. And Jackie was just like, that's the cousin. She was just looking like, no, okay. He always doing some sneaky stuff, and the thing of it is that he feels as though he probably losing you or whatever, or he not needed because he used to have control over you, but then you start going out and doing your own thing and getting big, and now he see that he ain't got control over you no more like that. Okay, so he trying to do and act out or whatever. And she was like, cause she questioning herself. Is it my fault? Is it because of my career? Am I doing this? No, bitch, it ain't your fault. Okay, he been doing this. You never could trust him in the first place, and once he did it before, you should have locked that shit in and said, listen, do it again and I'm over and I'm done with, okay? Because some of y'all don't leave on the first time. Some of y'all don't leave on the first time. I ain't some of y'all, okay? You hurt me like that. I can't trust you no more. I can't trust you no more. Meanwhile, they doing all of that, and she was like, did Gael ever tell you something? She was like, Gael can be very manipulative, okay? And I was like, Marlon literally said, why would you believe Gael? I said, because that's her goddamn sister. Okay, I would believe my sister over you in a minute, especially if you have a history of doing some mess and my sister don't, But then again, here comes Jackie saying there are some things that she won't tell me because she know that I'll come back and I'll tell you. Okay, she could be very manipulative. I said, girl, with family like this, who needs enemies? Okay, Gael, you thought you was helping your sister out. No, you was in it for yourself. Fuck that. So it's Joy's birthday. Of course, they throw a little surprise. Trick Daddy come up in there. He did try to talk to Joy. She was trying to be short with him. Like, at this point, I'm glad you came. I mean, we good. We ain't got no beef. But, thank you for acknowledging it. What you want me to do, okay? I'm not about to sit here and have a whole ass conversation with you as if we together, okay? She didn't do nothing wrong in that sense. And then, he going in, and he crossed paths with her new man, David, okay? He tried to make it seem like dude tried to bump him, which he didn't, and you moved back before anything could happen. I'm just like, boy, get out of here. Yeah, man, if you would have bumped me, I would have slapped him back and all this stuff. Boy, shut up, okay? And then Bobby Lights, I want you to stop it, okay? You have the only reason why you're on this show at this point is because you train a cousin. That is it. And you have no storyline but to be messy. If they're talking about something, don't you think that you should go over there and talk to Trick? What do David need to talk to Trick for? Okay. Once again, has Trick brought any of one of his hoes or whatever that he was messing around with to see Joy? No. So let that shit go. Okay. Moving on from that, we get to Amara. Amara and her daddy going to look for some plants or some shit. They get into a conversation, trying to rebuild their relationship. And she was like, I just really want to know your side of the story as to what happened, why you left and all this stuff. So he said he left DR to go to Puerto Rico so that he can, I guess to get some work or whatever. He didn't have his papers, or his papers wasn't approved and all that stuff. And his whole intentions were to bring her mother and her down there with him. But because the papers didn't get approved, that's what it didn't happen. It took a little bit longer than he thought. And then next thing you know, according to him, the mama, she went and found her a new man. And so therefore he said, freak that, I'm gonna find me a new woman. And he was like, I guess all this stuff started like within the 5 months after we left. And so, after he left. And she was like, Amara. Amara was basically like, now my mama always told me that he left for a woman, okay? But now I'm finding out, according to my daddy, that he was cheated on, or she basically went and found her a new man before he did all of that, okay? And so at this point, she just wants them to sit down and have a conversation without the fighting and the screaming. And he was like, we can see if that can happen, but I don't know. Of course, she had to tell him how it impacted her, him not being in her life. But what made me mad about him is when she said, well, why didn't, once you got your papers and all of that in order, why didn't you come back at least to get me? He said because the relationship was over with, talking about with the mom. And I'm sitting here like, but because the relationship is over with you and her mother, that does not mean that the relationship should be over with between you and your child. You still should have and could have and supposed to have played an active role. That shouldn't have been a reason why you were not being her father. You know what I'm saying? So it was just ridiculous to me. But she talked about something. He said, I want to forgive you, and or you can forgive me so we can move forward and we can fix things. And she said, I forgive you. It's okay. Girl, you too forgiving. Too quick. Maybe I'm just different because I got years of hurt, okay? And my situation is a little bit different because and that's probably what it is. I'm projecting and putting my situation on here because her situation, the man literally was from one continent, one country to another country or whatever. My shit is, my daddy is a few blocks away. And when I say like, I ain't gonna say literally a few blocks away. I told y'all about how we used to work in the same freaking building on the same floor at one point, and we barely spoke to each other. Like, he barely held any type of conversation with me. And if he did reach out, especially during this whole pandemic stuff, I've only heard from him twice. And it was to tell me something that I already knew, because I get the same emails that he get from work, that we're going to close and that we're going to open. That's it. When I had my surgery, I don't even know if he reached out. Let me see when the last time that he reached out to me. Why is they opening up all these wounds? The same wound flex, the same wound. Oh, he did check up on me. That's it. He just asked me, was I okay? And then that was it. I said, yeah, and that was it. After not hearing from him for a whole month. Girl, it's the hurt little girl inside. At least I can admit that shit. Okay, I can admit that shit, girl. I just couldn't. Okay, but anyway, moving on from there, Sukiana and Bill, he gonna take her to the shop to go get some jewelry. They looking at the stuff or whatever, and he put the bracelet on her. She was like, I already got a whole bunch of diamond bracelets. What's next? I said, wait a minute. Bill is just trying to eliminate the stress of what's going on. He don't understand why she's doing what she's doing. So he calls her mom. She really don't want to talk to her because she feel like the mom is going to judge her. But the mom and her was actually on the same page. You know, she told her what happened, you know, as to why she got a mug shot. And she said, we need to move on from it. And the mama agreed. She focusing on her grand opening, okay? And she talked about, son, I want to make at least $200,000, no less, on this grand opening. And I know I am, or whatever. And she was like, I'm probably going to put my mugshot everywhere, you know, have it posted up in the place or whatever, put it on some t-shirts. And the mama said, that's good right there too. You know, she was saying it to be sarcastic. But then the mama was like, the t-shirt move is a good move. She said, I mean, hell, I ain't finna take no L. The only L I'm about to take is being lucrative and making it work for me. And I said, well, I guess, you know, that's one way to look at it. Sookie is a hot ass mess. That bitch, listen, y'all be walking outside on public nasty ground with no shoes on. She had that shoe off and it was making me sick, okay? It was making me sick. I said, girl, put it back on or go get some flats. Tell him to get the flats out the car, okay? That's what you need to do. Now, Florence, I'm going to tell you this. I know you working off hurt and emotions or whatever, but this is not how you get back, okay? You teased it a little bit. You know, you went to the little producer, Michael Benjamin. And Benjamin, you ain't professional if you ask me. You doing some shit like this, okay, in the studio. Girl, if it look like I'm leaning over, I'm tired. I just realized I've been doing that in the last couple of videos. I am tired. And then I got to get up early because I got to go to the dentist yet again to get a cleaning now, okay? Girl, I'm so tired of going to the goddamn dentist. My mouth hurt. My mouth ain't been the same. My jaw's just... Girl, I don't know how y'all do it. And there's people that say that they love going to the dentist. I don't understand. Like, having your mouth continuously be open, oh my God, it just hurts my jaws. But anyway, moving on from that. You go up in there and you trying to get a little song, whatever, from this producer and all this stuff. You want to do a little sexy song up in the booth or whatever. You know, you an artist, you talk about sex, that's fine. You get him up in the booth. I said, what? Is this really what goes down in the recording studio? The producer get up in there and he get behind you and be grinded and you doing all this stuff. I said, what you doing? He got his hand all rubbing on her butt and everything. Now, I know you in your feelings and you heard about Marlon or whatever, but no, this ain't the route you want to go, sis, okay? Because at this point, I'm not going to say Marlon is out of the blue, but some things is making me seem like, what if he ain't lying? But then again, I truly do feel like he lying because I don't trust that sister, okay? She gets a phone call from Gael after trying to call that girl and talk to her about this situation. And she talk about something, I've been busy, but I really don't want to talk about this yet, okay? It's a lie or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, why you don't want to talk about it? You don't want to admit, you already told her that, you know, he cheated on her with some girls that you knew and that you took some money for. And it's giving me the feel, the way that she being so shady with it, the sister, it's like, you know, because Florence want both of them to sit there in the same room and talk that shit out and see who's telling the truth or not. It's giving me the feel that he probably cheated on her with her sister. That am I the only one getting that feel at this point? Because why are we being so secretive, Gael? I don't trust the bitch. I don't trust the bitch and I don't trust the husband. So the episode ends with Amara and her family. Let me just tell you this. Amara, can we move on? Okay. Is this going to be your whole storyline? Trying to mend fences. Okay, we on episode 4. We done came to a little bit of conclusion tonight. Please don't carry this on to episode 6, okay? I don't need another couple of episodes of this, all right? I'm going to give you one more. Just one. And that's just being nice, okay? But other than that, let's get to the career. Let's get to you actually doing something. You know what I'm saying? I know we got hurt. Listen, I'm sitting here and I'm putting my childhood hurt out there too. And I do need to, you know, figure that out too. But at the same time, for a storyline, you dragging this, okay? But, you know, it was cute. You went and told your mama, yeah, daddy said, or I should say, Daniel said that, you know, you cheated on him and you had another man. She said, Eduardo, the Cuban, Yeah, all right, but you want to go in there? Let's talk to him and let's sit down and get the whole truth, okay? Baby, they get to talking, and she was like, "So you trying to tell her that I cheated on you? Who was the man that answered the phone? Who answered the phone? I ain't. You know, you the one that already had somebody. You done already had somebody. I heard it from this person or whatever." He was like, "From who? From who? From who?" And then I was just like, "Oh my God!" They were just going back and forth. Next thing you know, Mama calling him a liar. He calling her a liar. She calling him a shameless pig. He said, "No, you the shameless one," which really got her pissed off. Okay, she about to throw out and get up and hit him, and he was like, "Who you gonna hit? Hit who?" She was like, "This vase need to come at your head or whatever. Who you gonna hit? Hit who or whatever." Girl, it was just a mess. And then Amada had to open up, and cause she was like, this fucker or whatever, for fuck's sake, she needs to just come clean and all this stuff. Amada was like, "Just admit your mistakes, okay? That's all she want." And she was like, he said, "I am, okay? That's what I'm doing. I wasn't there for y'all. That's what it was or whatever." He did claim that he sent money and he did try to call or whatever. But at the same time, he's still in the wrong, because regardless of if the relationship didn't work out between her and her mom, you still should have been there for that girl. Arrange some type of way so that you can see her or at least talk to her. But feelings get involved and y'all just don't know how to separate that. Amada talking about something, y'all need to really talk, because y'all need to at least do this for me. And the mama was basically like, "You need to get over it, okay?" And she said, "Bitch," she didn't call her mama a bitch, but that's how I felt, because the mom just so some so nonchalant to other people hurt. That's how it is to her hurt. Like, you're not the only one that's hurting. Your child is hurting. She literally told her daddy that, because he wasn't around and she was in toxic relationships. She literally just sat there too and said, because he wasn't around and she basically grew up by herself, there was nobody there to protect her. She had no childhood, and there was things that happened to her by men that's so embarrassing that she don't want to say. And I hope it's not what I'm thinking happened, okay? And that kind of got her mom and made her tear up a little bit. But at the end of the day, you know, they need counseling, okay? Or separate these motherfuckers, because this ain't gonna work. But y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode, and I will see y'all later. Peace.